Stepney is a colloquial word in India used for the spare tire. Earlier, there was no spare tire, no stepney in the BMW car. I am going to talk to you about the stepney of relationships. Only yesterday, I got to know that an acquaintance of ours who lives all by herself in South Delhi is unwell. I went to her house to meet and inquire about her health. She was lying in the bed in her room. She did have a maid who was comfortably watching the TV in another room. When I rang the doorbell, the maid opened the door but made her discomfort about it obvious with her casual approach. I went to my acquaintance's room. She looked weak and haggard, rather broken. On seeing me, she tried to get up and sit. I supported and made her sit on the bed. She silently looked at me while I asked about her health. She was shocked and said, "The life is very lonely. Nobody comes to see me." Saying that, she started crying. She said, "I am tired of being alone. The life seems meaningless, but death does not come." I remember her husband was a high-ranking government official. Till he was around, the car of her life ran in full speed as BMW flat tire. He invested in the shares, residential and commercial properties, but never in relationships. He thought that life will smoothly run with the support of shares, commercial shops, and residential house properties. The relatives that visited them in those times were looked at with suspicion and disdain. They were confident that, like in the dicky of their car, like in the boot or trunk of their car, no space was required to be kept for the stepney of relationships. They had a son, and like all high-status family children, the son had his schooling in boarding and went abroad to USA immediately after high school. The husband passed away and my acquaintance was left alone. Instead of going much into details, let me tell you that she lives here in the South Delhi house all by herself. She had not kept any space for the stepney of relationships, and nobody comes to meet her. Now that there is a car, it can have a puncture anytime, so one day she engaged this maid as a donut stepney for care. We know the BMW provides a narrow wheel as a stopgap arrangement. This maid proved only to be a donut stepney because this acquaintance had been lying in bed as any BMW car owner awaits the company rescue and recovery team to arrive. Irrespective of the car being an expensive one like BMW or a cheaper model, it is very essential to have a spare tire, a stepney. If a car without stepney gets punctured, it becomes worthless. You have everything abundant in life, but if you do not have relationships for happiness and sorrow, then no matter how happy you have lived, one day it will seem futile. Get up, look into the dicky, the trunk of your car today to see if there is a stepney there. If yes, does it have sufficient air in it or has it reduced? Get up and look into your life today to see if there is a relationship in it. Does it have any love left or has it decreased? Keep in mind that the car can travel only a few kilometers on the basis of donut tires. The entire wheel is needed to travel the entire journey. Mind you, the roads are good in America and Europe, and the run flat tire cars carry out fine there. The government provides a social security to a common man, and a lonely man somehow manages to survive. Here, we neither have good roads nor we have social security. For our conditions, we require a spare tire, a stepney in the trunk, and a life with relationships. If you miss it, you miss out. Relationships can never be made by winning over others. The relationships are like pearls. If anyone falls, one should bend to pick up. For strong bonds in relationship, learn to bend, learn to bear, and be open to lose to make the other person win. Mutual respect is the most important feature in a relationship, and it is a lifetime feeling to live and cherish. Shun ego in a relationship. Ego is just a small 3 letters word which can destroy a big 12 letters word called relationship.